Okay, so I'm not going to bore you with a very long-winded intro because you are here just for some practical advice and tips on how to get you out of the slump that you are in. So let's just jump straight into the video. And step number one to get out of your slump is to journal and brain dump. So get everything out on a piece of paper or the notes in your phone, exactly all the things that are making you feel overwhelmed or you just haven't made progress on in a long time, and things that you want to do or things that you need to do or things that you feel like you should do, and just write everything down. It doesn't have to be in any type of order. Just get everything out of your brain onto a piece of paper, all the reasons why you think you might be in the slump to begin with. Maybe you've been ill for a long time and then you just can't seem to find your mojo again and you need that motivation. Maybe you've been on holiday and so you've not been working for a while and you need to get that motivation back again. Maybe you just feel too overwhelmed with everything and so you needed to just take a step back and take a breather and just stop for a little bit and give yourself that self-care and the rest that you need, and that is perfectly okay to do that. But now you feel like you need to get going again and you're finding it really hard. So write everything down that's on your mind, and that is a really good place to start. Also, write down your why. Why do you want to do these things? Why do you want to do the things that you've wrote down in your list of things to do? What are your goals? Why are you actually wanting to achieve these things? Remind yourself of all the reasons why you're doing what you're doing in the first place. Where do you want to get to? Why do you want to do it? Who do you want to become? And that will hopefully give you a little jump start with that motivation again and just remind you why you're doing all these things in the first place. And another thing that you can do is to visualize. So visualize yourself in the future having had achieved all the goals that you want to achieve. Where are you? Who are you with? What does the world around you look like? Really place yourself there and really make it so real in your brain that you've achieved all these things that you want to achieve, and you are the person that you want to be, and you've got out of that slump a long time ago and you were motivated and you found your inspiration and you just did all the things and took all the action that you needed, and you did it. You achieved all the things that you wanted to achieve. And how does that make you feel? And feel that feeling really deep inside you, and feel the gratitude within you that you've done it, you've achieved it, and really hold on to that and take that feeling with you through the next steps. So step 2 is to make a plan or a visual schedule. So that could be in a calendar, that could be Google Docs, that could be a visual representation on your wall. It could just be a tick list. So make something that you can see and write down all the things that you need to do on specific days or specific times, and then once you do those things, you can then tick them off or cross them off, or however you want to do it, like move a little arrow across to say that you've completed a project. This is just so that you can see the progress that you are making, and that is a really good visual representation that you're actually making steps forward and you're not just stuck still, and you are getting yourself out of this slump. Okay, step 3 before we start taking action is to clean your space. So if you have a really cluttered space, then your mind is going to be really overwhelmed and really cluttered, and you just feel like you can't get anything done when your space is just a mess. Make sure it's all free of clutter so you can have a clear head and you can actually start the actions that you need to take without any distractions, and you can actually focus on the tasks that you have instead of being distracted by all the mess. Okay, step 4 is to find inspiration. So however you feel like you want to do this is fine. You can either read a book that will get you inspired on the things that you want to do, create, make, get doing. You can watch motivational videos on YouTube. You can watch a motivational movie even. You can listen to audiobooks. You can listen to podcasts. anything that you think will motivate you and inspire you and just kind of pep you up and get you in the mood to start taking those actions that you need to take to get you out of the slump. So step 5 is when we're going to start taking the action, and we're going to start really small so that we can't fail, and we're going to focus on one thing at a time. And however that may be for you, it could be one thing a day, or it could be one thing an hour, or one thing every few hours. However you want to break it up, that's totally up to you and how you're feeling and how bad the slump is. So for some people, that slump could be so overwhelming and you could have been in it for a really long time. So you can only focus on one thing a day, and that's absolutely fine. Just do what you feel is right for you and your body and your health and what is going on in your life. So have that one thing that you want to do for that day, have it scheduled in, and then tick it off once it's done, and start so small. You break it down into teeny tiny steps and just do the first tiny step. And that brings us to step 6, which is to celebrate yourself and reward yourself. So after you've done that first tiny step and you've took some action, that means that is the first step towards coming out of that slump. You have finally took some action and you need to reward yourself for that. And then by getting that dopamine from the reward and also ticking it off or crossing it off, or however you have chosen to visually represent that you've done that thing, or however you've chosen to do in step 2, just give yourself a small reward for that day's progress, or that small progress that you planned, that you said that you would do, that you planned to do, that you wrote down and scheduled to do, and then you've actually taken the action. And that deserves a reward because you've been stuck in a slump, you've not been able to take action for however long, and you've taken that first step, and that is the hardest step. Now you can reward yourself, and that could be however you want to reward yourself. Find a small reward for that first step that you've taken and celebrate yourself because you deserve it. You've broken that pattern of being in a slump. The last step, step 7, is to cut out all negative thoughts. So once you're now on the path to getting out of this slump and you've made those first steps and you started making this progress, don't regress by being negative. Don't regress backwards into the slump again. Be kind to yourself, be positive, speak to yourself with kindness, affirm to yourself you've done a good thing, you are on the way, and yes, you've started small and that's progress, and that is such a good thing. That's amazing. You should feel happy. Just cut out all the negative thoughts that you are having because they're going to hold you back even more, and they're just going to push you right back into that slump that you were in. And you don't want to just keep starting and then stopping and starting and stopping. You want to stay on this momentum, and now you've made that first step, you can carry on going, and it'll just be a snowball effect. So once you've made this one move, you've done the hardest part, and now it's so much easier to just keep going. You're not starting now, you're just carrying on, and you've got that dopamine hit because you've rewarded yourself and celebrated yourself, and you feel amazing, and because you feel good about yourself, you want to then do that again and carry on. And I hope that very soon you will be out of this slump. I hope this video was really helpful to you because I was also in a slump. I was not very well for a while, and then it just took me a while to kind of get back into the swing of things. And so these are the things that I did, and it got me back out of the slump again. So I hope that this has helped. Please like this video and subscribe if you like this content. I want to help as many people as I can. So the more people that like and watch and subscribe, the more the algorithm will show the videos to other people, and the more people I can help. So thank you so much, sending so much love, and I hope you have a really good day, and I hope you get out of this slump super fast. And comment down below the things that you do that I haven't mentioned that might help someone else get out of their slump too. Sending so much love. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.